Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Star Technology. Here we are today, episode 9. So last episode we were working on a few machines here and there, mixers, macerator, the rock filtrator, and the extractor. Right? These are getting us geodes and getting us other resources, which we can't process the fluids just yet. But we will soon. We were working. Oh yeah, so all the resources that I got out of those two machines I've been sending in here to get processed, namely the sapphire, blue and green, ruby, coal, gold, diamond, quartzite, so on and so forth. Right. Now the other thing that I worked on off camera, it's probably in the storage bin, was working on getting aluminium dust. If you recall, aluminium dust is going to come from initially centrifuging of sapphire. If I did that, if I remember correctly, yes, sapphire 5-2. We also get some oxygen, which I have in a tank right here. Now, with all that work that we did, we are now able to get graphite, and I did go ahead and get some of the graphite, which again, I had to do a lot of processing of diamond dust. So if you come up here, boom. Now we only needed the one graphite for the moment, because we're going to be working on making the arc furnace today. Now it does seem that we don't have one of the cable types already, but that should be no issue. There we go. All right, so we're gonna need some steel. We're gonna need. Do I not have any rhubarb? Excuse me. Surely I was making rubber before. No? No? Oh, well, shiza. Okay. Let's get that fixed. Now, where did I put that one barrel? There you are. Okay, well, I'm going to have to do some smelting of the rhubarb. Oh, yeah. Got some metals that I was cooking up. So I can get those cables. Right? Now, meanwhile, we should have all the bits that we're going to be needing to make the Cobalt Brass. So we can make a Lapidary Dynamo. Right? We have the Cobalt, which came from copper macerating and centrifuging. So scusi? Oh, mixer, of course. Okay, so we're gonna need brass dust. We have enough dust on us that we can just grab it. Not have to do any macerating. Aluminium, a boop. Come over here to the mixer. Where'd the mixer go? There you are. Oh, this might be an issue. Maybe. Let's see. Nope. Okay, we're good. So that's gonna take about a minute. Drilling fluid, yeah, see, that's fine. Okay. So once we get the cobalt brass, we're gonna be able to smelt that up. And let me look at it this way. Cobalt brass. We could be lazy. And we could do the metal molding on LV. There's the solidifier, but I would still need to make an extractor and a solidifier, which I kind of need to do anyway. So I might just do this in a jump cut. Okay, there's that. I'm guessing it needs more brass, don't it? But I think that's enough Cobalt Brass for right now. Let's go ahead and put the other stuff over here away. Put you away, right? We got about 67 tokens now. We're getting close. We're getting a good stockpile. Now, mind you, we need to get into the MV age in order to get those jet boots. So that will be a bit still. Okay, see, what was I doing before? Oh, sulfur, lead. Oh, yeah, I was making the slimes and whatnot. Right, and then we need to smelt that again, correct? And get some resin. So, looking ahead at our guide here, getting some Certus quartz would be great, which, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to need to do the geode processing. And here's the big MV age over here. We need to get the blast furnace. Now, thankfully, I thought ahead and I made some copper nickel coils an episode 2 ago. So we're just going to have to get all the individual components, which the blast furnace block itself isn't that crazy. You just got the LV circuits, heat-proof Invar furnaces, and Cobalt. Now, what's this? Hardened industrial furnace. Interesting. Oh, that's way later. Anyway, let's see, where is the right, here we go. So here's what we're looking at for those not familiar with this Let's Play or GregTech machines in general. But this is all very familiar for me and those who have been watching my series. Okay, so that's still working on slime balls, but now it should be working on the sticky resin. Surprised I ran out of resin. But this is another thing that I gotta work on. Getting to a point where I can automate. Wait a minute, wasn't I... Oh, we need an extractor anyway. Did I not make one in an LV? What I did. Oh, yeah, here we go. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so I'm going to get some more resin going for us. Let's see. Speaking of that solidifier, there's that quest right there. It's going to be used for cheaper gears and making hardened glass. Yes. So that's something that I should do. I think I have some pumps left over, so this shouldn't be that big a deal to make. In fact, can I just make that right now? LV solidifier. Okay, it needs cables and a chest, which it looks like we're good. Boom, baby. Okay. We're cooking. There we go. All right. With that done, should probably scooch this away over there, and then that way we can just put that right there. Now we are going to need a mold for this, so let's see about getting that taken care of. So gear, we're going to need a casting gear. We're going to need an empty mold. We really don't have a hammer and file. We do, but for whatever reason, it's just being a dumbass, and it's not... Yeah, what the hell? Steel... Okay, so I guess we don't have the plates. No problem. We'll take care of that right now. Get that going. There should be... You know what? I'm thinking about it. I wonder if I can get like a command block to play that script every like minute or so. Or something like that. Okay, so there's our mold, right? Now we're gonna need a gear. There we go. Cool. Now, for the Cobalt Brass, let's go ahead and drop this. Oh yeah. Pipe hot. Gonna put that there. Right, grab that. Then you in there. which I'm going to need to replace that in a minute to get the Cobalt Brass gears done up. Okay, so we're cooking. There we go. Cobalt Brass. Pop back over here. Grab that out of there. We're going to go boop. Yep. And then a boop. Nope, not that. Boop. All right, so now we're waiting for that to reach. I'll get rid of that. There we go. First Cobalt gear, Brass gear. Now, really, we're only going to need one of these, but it wouldn't hurt to have an extra one on hand, you know? That being said, now that we have this gear, we can lathe... No, never mind. We can't lathe yet. But we can eventually. We're going to lathe the gear to get the buzzsaw blade so that we can make the LV cutter. And it's kind of funny that we're going to need an MV machine to make an LV machine, but, you know, it is what it is. All right. So let's see. Rubber pulp and so far. That will get cooking for us. Let's go ahead and put those back in for the moment. Okay, so Lapidary Dynamo. Now, I still don't think we can make the boiler just yet because we need a certain coil to convert a dynamo, right? And that needs an MV assembler. So, not quite there yet. Let's go ahead and make 2 of these bad boys. Okay, we're gonna need iron. And tin, if I can type, please. Thank you very much. Gold. And yeah, that's good. Okay, we should be good. Pop on over to our machines once more. We're gonna need a boop. And we're gonna need a boop. So that's cooking. Let's see, rubber. Boop. All right. That's gonna be a bit. Okay. So there's just a few more seconds for at least one plate and the rods here to finish up. Now, that being said, I'm gonna need that converter, assuming it's still in storage. There it is. Cool, cool, cool. Now, do we have the soul? Do we have the soul infused? We still have some, yes. So I'm gonna need to figure out where to place this cabling. I could have just placed it on the other side here. How are you coming along? It looks like that's all good. Almost done. A boop. Wait, you are not. There we go. There we go. I think that should be all of it. That being said, I'm gonna need to do some smelting of the ingots in order to get the plates, or the sheets rather. Are you shitting me? So I don't know off the top of my head yet if music is overbearing in any way yet. I'm sure I'll find out in post. I have done some OBS filters, so hopefully the compressor that I, like, quote unquote, installed is working properly. That being said, it's very likely that in post I will be tweaking some of the settings. Okay, so we're gonna need an empty drum here. We're gonna come over here. We're gonna get that smelted up. You shouldn't. Oh, shiza, I already did it anyway. Okay, grab the rest of that. There we go. All right, so they come over here. Scuzzy? Let's see. Boop, boop. That's what I missed. Need those holes. Excuse me. Okay. Over to the assembler. Pop those in. And we're cooking. All right, so while that does that thing, I'm gonna come over here. All right, one. Lapidary Dynamo, quest complete. Nice. Okay. Now, because we're going to be working on dynamo power, we're going to be needing to send off more diamonds, which I'm pretty sure diamonds come from dust? Sand. Okay, so I'm going to need to do some more sand saving, but, you know, that shouldn't be a big deal at all. Now, I'm curious. Wrench. Okay, I don't think they will connect up to GregTech wires in this pack like they do in Mona. But maybe I'm just not doing something right. Let's see. Energy pipe. I'm curious. If I go ahead and make this, I don't know what the power draw is going to be, but let's just see what we get. Okay. I always hate making long bases like this because things just feel so gross and out of order. But things will pick up once we get AE2 going. So just gotta hold that to mind. Me more so than anyone else. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's grab some of those quest turn-ins here. So once we got the EBF, that opens up the way for Signalum, Aluminium, Buells. And I'll probably try to push for AE2 quickly. Skystone. Rockbreaker. Okay, hold up. Is there maybe a quest in the resource production for Skystone? Okay, that's not it. I'm looking over here. I don't see anything jumping out at me. Skystone. What's the predecessor here? Okay. It looks like we have to do some mixing. I guess that's gonna be the case, question mark? Alright. And you know, I really should bring like a crafting table out to that area that I was just at, but I am just so lazy sometimes, I swear. Anyway. Let's go ahead and put these down here. Go ahead and put y'all here. That's the wrong button to hit. Okay, do I need like a Yeta wrench or some crap? I don't think this rotates it. Let's see. There's no Yeta wrench, right? Because no Ender IO. Okay, that works. There we go. Okay. Now, wrench. So they only transfer 256 FE a tick. So it's probably going to be better either to do direct contact like this or get into laser IO, which that should still be in the pack. So that's just how it's going to be for the time being. Now, those pipes, the pipe mod, it would still work pretty okay later on as we get into the MV age, because around the MV age is when we start to unlock better overclock cards. Like, give me a second, let's see here. Okay, so that's making 200 RF per tick. That's a total possibility of 400 RF. So that's about 100 EU per tick generation. So, as I was saying with the pipes mod, if I can type in the right mod name, with these cards, they each kind of unlock a different tier of upgrades. The basic pipe upgrade, for example, would allow the pipes to be controlled by redstone. The improved pipe upgrade allows things to be controlled in such a way that, say, for item transfers, you could do round robin extracting, which I want this, but we need to get the EBF going. We need to get all this going, which that's not a big deal. Really, it's just the aluminum plate situation. So we're close to getting that. So I want to say these dynamos output rates throttles based on local feedback. Yeah, so they don't output if there's nowhere for power to go, I believe. Now there's also augments. Let's see. Right here, for example, I like how they lay out everything so I can know what to look at and what it does. Let's see. I think I need this. Multi-cycle injectors boost the fuel efficiency of your dynamos, making them consume less fuel. Now that is pretty awesome. We're going to need soul-infused glass, which is going to come from tempered glass and soul-infused liquid. Now, it's a good thing that we just got that solidifier. So it's possible that I should go ahead, or it's likely that I should go ahead and make those two. The maximum energy generation at the cost of fuel efficiency. Ugh. So, let's see. That's a 0.9 times, and that's fuel energy. So it kind of cancels out a little bit. We're talking like a... So that's a 0.1 and then 0.16. So about 0.16 difference. That's not too bad, actually. I think if I did math right. That's going to be much the same. Bronze, silver, soul-infused glass. So let's get those bookmarked. Right, and then we're going to want to make 2 of these each. So soul-infused, bada boom. Solidifier, bada boom. Okay. So we're at that point now. We could start working away from Steam, I think. At least, I'm not sure if we're going to want to go back to Steam or just remain on the Lapidary Dynamos. It's probably going to be the case that we're going to stick on the Dynamos, but I should probably also see where we are going to be in terms of Steam generation and whatnot. Okay, I think we should have some tempered glass, yes. So we're going to need some soul-infused liquid, and we're going to do that. So we're going to need about... not that much soul-infused metal, weirdly enough. Okay. So let's take you out for a moment, put you in there. Oh yeah, and probably help if we did that. Although we're gonna need more than that. But we'll take care of that in a moment. Soul infused glass. And there's the other one. Oh, right. So, we're going to need silver. And while I'm at it, I'll be making 4 of the gears. Which means I'm going to need about 16 ingots. So let's take you out of there, put you in there, put you in there. All right, and while that works on that, let's go get some more soul infused ingots. So soul, and I think it's Invar, right? It's either Invar or nickel, but I'm pretty sure it's Invar. Boop boop. Yep, there we go. So that's cooking. All right. So I'm probably gonna do a jump cut. So before I jump, let's see what I need to do here. Obviously getting all of those upgrades, or at least the parts to make the upgrades, and we'll do it on my camera. But yeah, the blast furnace is a big thing. So I should probably try and get a lot more rubber as well. Steel and wrought iron. Okay, so I'm gonna make a list here to remind myself of what I'm doing, and then we'll come back after I've gotten everything, and we'll go from there. Okay, back in a few. Okay, everybody, we're back. I think I have all that I need to get going on our next steps. So yes, those need to be done in the assembler. Let's go ahead and pop into here. That's making one of them. And then we'll do... Wait, scusi? Oh, I mismathed. We're gonna need another 4 gears each. Or another 4 gears, rather. No big deal. Take care of that later. Or I can do it now, either way. Okay, so we're getting the reaction chamber. In the multi-cycle. Okay. Then I should have everything needed for the blast furnace. Went ahead and made all the little bits and bobs off camera. And it is always getting nighttime, isn't it? I swear. There we go. Alright, so let's take these. We're gonna pop over here. Right click. Right click. And there we go. So I think... Oh yeah, that raised how much power it can store at any time. That's pretty cool. Fuel energy, maximum output, fuel energy. Yeah, I guess that makes sense, yeah. So now this can do a possibility. Oh, it was 200 RF before, wasn't it? Now it's 300. So now we have 300 and 200. So we have 500 possible RF per tick, which that should be about 125 EU. So that's pretty nice. And it's great that we're getting that much power generation because of the blast furnace that we're going to be inevitably making right now. Let's get back into bed. Oh, and I should probably come over here. Okay, so here is the little pieces for the blast furnace. And the controller is right here. Okay, I don't know, the music is just being goofy. Okay, so now this is notoriously known as a 3x3 shape. We're going to want to have the coils like so. Boop, 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 and boop. Okay, so let's see how I want to do this. Initially, I think I'm going to do input buses, or buses on the bottom. Like that. And input hatch, output hatch. I put my wrench away. Okay. Oh, I should probably make sure I have some wires. I'm gonna need to make some more. Okay, dokie. We'll put that on 4. So yeah, initially we're just gonna have like the buses. Yes, the buses and hatches on the bottom. But once we get like automation going, I'll probably be moving them to the top. We also don't have flight right now, but we will. Probably with the jet boots, which should be unlocked shortly. Oh yeah, so we still need to get the advanced assembler for a number of reasons. Okay. Let's get back up. Okie dokie. So I'm gonna need to put that there. That there. Energy hatches would go on the bottom. Now, do I need to make more floor down here? It looks like I do. What I need to do is I need to figure out what the name of this particular song is, and then turn that into a command. Because I like this song more than anything else. Okay. There should be enough space. Come back up. Come back up. I don't think there's elevator blocks in this pack. I think I already kind of verified that. Unfortunately. Did I grab the wrong? I know I... Actually, I don't know what I know. I thought I... Hold on. Yeah, okay, never mind. I gotta make the LV energy hatches. Ah. It shouldn't take too much time. Wire. And then while I'm waiting for that, that should be good. Okay, we need 16. Okay, that's going. And there we go. Right, so with the blast furnace now, we're going to be able to get aluminium ingots. That being said, we're also going to need that oxygen that I had been making with the centrifuging and whatnot. Now, just like we had in any other playthrough of Moni Factory or Noma Factory, we'll eventually get into processing clay dust in an electrolyzer. But that again is going to need the MV machine. All right. Okay. Okay, that, and then boop, boop. Nope, not you. That looks like it formed, so we're in business. So meanwhile, let's do this. I put away the cutters, of course I did. Let's see. Just made it. All right, so let's go get those cutters again. I need to like get a satchel on me or a tool bag or some nonsense. Okay. Down we go. Down we go. Thank you. Boop. And a boop. Neat. Okay. Up we go. So let's go grab our aluminium, and we should have... Oh, we don't have it. Never mind. I should have been more aware to the fact that I probably put away that tank. Aluminium. And for the video's sake... Okay, so these should go in here. Now, if we look at the usage for this, it's going to need a circuit of 1. And of course, it's going to need MV, but hey, we have the MV. We do need to get the hammer and the mallet, but let's go ahead and put that in there. Now, of course, once we get to HVH, we'll be able to make the auto maintenance hatches, so won't need to worry too much about that ever again. I know there's a satchel. Yep, there it is. So let's get that. Why? Oh, you know what? I think it's somewhere in one of these terminals. No? Maybe? You know what? Screw it. Let's get a diamond hammer. Okay. Can be configured with a filter. So yeah, maybe. Yeah, wait. Let's see here. Auto store. Auto store. Oh. Anyway, go over here. Now we should, and there we go. Making our first aluminium. Now we should have enough power with the diamonds over there, so I'm not too concerned about that. I guess I'm not, wait, I wonder if the shader, oh yeah, the shader looks pretty again. I like the world look. Anyways, there's not that glow that I'm used to with Moni Factory. I don't know if that was a mod specific thing or what, but honestly, I think it's a touch better than not having to worry about the glow anymore. There we go. Our first aluminium ingot. We are in a business. So obviously we're going to need a lot more than that. Right, we're going to want to get to the MV machine hole age. I got, hold on. There we go. So we're going to need wrought iron and the aluminum. Oh. This is me. So once we get that, then we can jump to the assembler. Now that's going to need, it's going to need this circuit, the good electronic circuit. Just should probably do like that. Advanced assembler. Right. I did. Okay, I guess that was fine. Then we're gonna need robot arms and conveyors, which, again, these don't look all that terrible. But what I probably will do, either between episodes, because this is getting pretty long as it is, which I'll probably just do that instead, off camera. I'm gonna make a bunch of these basic circuits. That being said, we're still having to get a couple of machines first. So that will probably have to wait then. Right? We're going to need electrolyzer, a centrifuge most likely. We're going to need a cutter, definitely. Vanadium steel. Yeah, and then we got to figure out the vanadium situation. Which looks like vanadium. Chromium, vanadium. Wasn't there vanadium magnetite sludge? So, yeah, it looks like we're going to need to get a centrifuge first and foremost. Vanadium steel. Let's see here. The source for vanadium metal. Better processing machines. Scusi? Okay. So once we get this, that leads to that, and that leads to this, which leads to that. Okay. Oh yeah, and the LV upgrade kit. Used to upgrade all thermal machine stats by 6. Very useful. Oh. Yeah. That's just probably something that I will prepare off camera for in the next episode. And it's already nighttime again. So let's get back to day. I guess I remembered why this shader wasn't my favorite at night. Is there... Hold on. Well, I can't so much as see the nighttime situation anymore. But let's try to see if we can't find something nice real quick. Otherwise, I'll have to ask around and try to find a good shader. Or I go into my Money Factory save file and see where we were on that. Yeah, I don't know. That's too much bloom for me. So I'll turn that back off. Okay, so at this point then, I think I'm just going to try and get a lot more aluminium. Let's see, aluminium dust. Right, if we go to the dust here and we look at the centrifuge, you'll see clay dust. Right, we can get clay, we can get dust, water, macerate that dust, which we should be able to like use the steam grinder for that too. We'll get sodium, lithium, aluminium, and silicon. And we're gonna need silicon anyway. So first things first, gotta get into MV, gotta get these two machines. These machines will allow you to process more things. Most notably, you can start to break down those fluids from your void extractor. So yeah, that's another thing we're gonna get into. Rare earth residue, rarest metal slurry. What was that fluid called? There's raw ore slurry and rare ore residue. Okay, that's still... there we go. So the centrifuge MV can break down the raw ore slurry, give us magnesite, lapidolite, pyrochlor, pyrolusite. Mixed mineral residue. That isn't being processed till HV. You... That's a new machine. Okay, I don't think we can do anything with that right now. But anyway, this has been an episode. I hope you did enjoy what you saw here today. And if you did, please leave a like or comment down below if you feel I've earned it. And I will see you all in the next one. Ta-ta for now.